Want to see you with attitude, super duper morning show. We got a special guest joining us in the building. We're about to act civil because we have SIVLL Society here with us. Got to say good morning to Miss Sahar Thomson. Good morning, Sahar. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing well. Hi, everyone.
Yes, good to have you here with us on the super duper morning show.
Happy to be here.
Yes, so it's time for us to act civil, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this SIVLL Society and how it all started.
Sure. Okay. Well, for those of you who may not be familiar, SIVLL Society is a nonprofit foundation focused on community education. So SIVLL stands for Social Innovation via Lifelong Learning. So that's why it's not spelled as, the traditional civil society, but it does focus on how we can learn more as citizens to be good people. So that's the lifelong learning part.
Okay.
But also how to produce social change as a community. So that's the social innovation part.
Right. So how did this whole idea come about, and why do you think it was very important to bring it to life?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I left St.Maarten when I was 16. So graduated from St.Maarten, left St.Maarten.
Don't know.
And what I realized when I left was that education could be so much broader than what I had been exposed to. And so especially when it comes to a mission-driven education, so education focused on community, focused on development of the society, and this was something that I wanted to bring back home. So when I came back home 7 years later, so long journey, lived in a few places, came back and realized that within our high school education, people are working so hard to bring education to young people, and yet there are still perhaps some gaps in our education. So maybe I could ask you all, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
What are some things that you wish school would teach young people?
Pretty good question. There's a lot of things
that you wish you had learned.
Definitely how to behave and act.
Etiquette class.
Yeah, within the public, within society, that's one. Different, financial literature as well. That's another big thing that now that you're older, you're learning the hard way in some places. But just mainly how to communicate and behave within the society. Not behave in the way that what the system wants you to behave, but have respect, have courtesy, and those different type of things. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to respond? I don't know.
Same answer.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. So I definitely think that these are questions on my mind, right? So I've been a mentor at the Youth Brigade. Big up the Youth Brigade if you all are familiar.
Yes.
And during that time, I realized there are so many topics that young people are interested in, but that they weren't necessarily being exposed to at school, right? So like how to be a good friend, how to navigate the challenges of society, whether that's, any of the isms, racism, sexism, any of these things, colorism. They were so interested in topics that I could tell that they didn't have the chance to really have meaningful conversations about. And so SIVLL Society was kind of born out of this idea that everybody should have a chance to learn at any stage in life.
Okay.
And to continue to have conversations that maybe they weren't exposed to for whatever reason. Maybe if your school didn't teach it, or if the adults in your life it was too taboo to talk about whatever that is. But for SIVLL Society specifically, we focus on adult learning and we focus on youth mentorship. So through those avenues, we hope to expand the conversation. Okay.
So you also teach and educate adults as well.
Yes. And so we have our community education program, and so that's the adult learning program where we focus on 3 main topics. So it's either personal development, community care, or social change. And so that has looked like in the last few months, because we really only launched in November.
Right.
But that has looked like having workshops led by local experts on, for example, attachment theory and how to make sure that you as a parent, your child can grow up securely attached. That was led by Miss Debbie Richardson, who's a local life coach and relationship coach.
Okay.
That has looked like having a men's group that was led by Mr. Dwight Williams. That has looked like Cassandra Richardson, who is the director of the Victim Support Services, having a session on recognizing and responding to harassment and abuse in the community. And so we're hoping to continue to expand, the offerings that we have and work with local experts and people who are interested in lifelong learning to bring those topics to the community.
Interesting. Yeah, I've seen throughout the last few months you've had different programs with different speakers and different workshops as well. How do you determine, okay, I think this topic needs to be tackled and I believe this person will be the right person to lead this workshop?
Good question. I mean, We ask the community to nominate sometimes. So we say, what topics do you want to learn about to improve your own life in this year in 2025, for example? And then based on that, we say, okay, they've nominated this person. Let's go have a conversation and see what this person is really passionate about sharing with the community. And sometimes people reach out to us and say, I'm really excited to talk to adults about this. I feel like this can improve their lives, enrich their relationships, and then we just go from there.
Yeah.
So it's really about a collaboration. So that's the adult learning program.
Okay. Now, when it comes to the younger, the youths, them as
yeah, the youths, them.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we want to launch this year. So this is basically a youth mentorship program with 3 main components. So you have one-on-one mentorship. So any of you here could volunteer as a mentor this year, and you could get trained and really understand how to guide a young person along that this time in their lives. So that's the one component, is one-on-one mentorship. The next component is homework help. And so I really want to collaborate with local businesses and volunteers to see if we could get them to come into schools and give homework help, especially to disadvantaged youth who may not have that support network at home. They might not come home to somebody who has the time and energy to teach them or the resources to teach them.
But have you seen the homework that they get these days? Because the homework we used to get ain't like what they
like
man. You help the kid out with the homework and they give it to the teacher and it comes back with an F and you're like, wait, I thought I did great.
Oh wow, okay, so maybe the teachers need to come in and train us on how to do homework then. Okay,
the homework is not homeworking like how we used to.
Okay, good. Well then, we'll see about the homework help. Hopefully we can help ourselves along the way. So that's the second component, and the last component is workshops. And so same thing as what we're offering to adults, but really trying to make that developmentally appropriate for young people. So focusing on personal development, interpersonal skills, as well as community development. So those are the 3 main topics.
Have you ever thought about bringing civil society into the classroom itself, like making some type of curriculum, or maybe sitting down with a minister of education or the education ministry to see how we can incorporate this within classrooms as well?
I would love that. I would love that. I think I'm a big proponent of collaboration and partnership. So if there's any way to do that within the classroom, because I really believe in meeting people where they're at. Not all young people could go and meet you at a conference room to have a conversation, right? So really bringing these topics where people are at, I think is very important. So if anybody wants to collaborate, you can just reach out.
That's right. So if anyone wants to contact you or get more information on civil society and how it works, or maybe they're interested in becoming a mentor, how can they reach out to you and get some more information?
Yeah, there are multiple ways. I mean, you could follow Civil Society on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So that's SIVLL Society, not CIVIL.
Right. Not the traditional way.
Yes. And then you can email SAHAR, so that's Sahar at civillsociety.org. Or you can send me a message, 527-7689.
Okay. All right. You guys are also on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Yes.
So you could also find you there as well. So don't forget to check out the website, Civil Society. That's SIVLL Society.org. That's right. So Civil Society stands for Social Innovation via Lifelong Learning, by bringing together personal development and social change. And they hope to co-create a better St. Maarten for future generations. So make sure you check it out. There's lots of interesting things on the website. Some of the programs that they had in the past, some of the speakers, and what can we look forward to in the next coming months and for 2025 and beyond when it comes to civil society?
Besides the launching of the youth mentorship program, I think if anybody wants to collaborate on a workshop for adults, so we have one coming up this Thursday. Oh, that's tomorrow.
Okay.
About empowering change, understanding the role of NGOs and NPOs. That's led by the Secretary General of the Social Economic Council, Mr. Gerard Richardson. But if you want to, lead a book club or an affinity club where you talk about what it means to be, a man on St.Maarten or a woman or whatever you want to talk about, or an elderly person, that's also great. So if you're interested, you want to collaborate and you want to, bring new, interesting topics and meaningful conversations to the community, then we're going to continue along that adult learning line with people who want to.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds great, Sahar.
Thank you.
All right, keep up the great work. So once again, SIVLL Society, you can check it out online, SIVLL Society.org, and see what all they're about and see how you can be a part of the SIVLL Society and basically collaborate with Sahar and see how we can move St. Maarten forward. All right. You are welcome. Before you leave, I have one more question for you, which is the question of the day. Facebook.com/Laser101 brought to us by CTC Shipping Services. St. Maarten, your shipment is their commitment. So what annoys you now that you're older that didn't when you were actually younger?
What annoys you? Wow, what a question. What annoys you now that you're older that didn't when you were younger?
This shows that you're getting old. Yeah, right?
Wow. Maybe... I guess I had more patience when I was younger for like ego. Okay. Maybe. But now I can't handle it in conversation, in seeing it on media or in social media. I can't handle it.
It's definitely not civil.
Yeah, it's not civil. Exactly.
Thank you, Sahar. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Thank you all.
You're welcome. Laser 101 Station with the attitude. We got much more coming up next, so stay tuned.